So just coming to a nice, comfortable seat. And if you want to scoot forward in your chair a little bit, you're welcome to do that so you can sit a little taller. If it feels more comfortable to be leaning into the back of the chair, you're also welcome to do that. And before we get going, let's just roll the shoulders back. Just kind of get some of the tension out of the shoulders and out of the neck. And then we're going to roll forward. Good. Rolling back again. All right. And then we're just going to allow the shoulder blades to release down our backs, hands on thighs. You can have your eyes closed here. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh the breath out, ha. And then do that a couple times. So nice full deep inhale. Find that expansion of your breath. Open your mouth, sigh the breath out, let it go. Let the Mondays go. Let this crazy year go. And you're going to eventually start to find that nice even rhythm of your breath. So inhaling and exhaling through your nose. If that feels comfortable, you're trying to create that soft rush of air in the back of your throat. Listen to that sound. So it sounds like ocean waves rolling in and out. And then do another little check-in with your body. Make sure that it still feels as though you're sitting nice and tall. You can feel your shoulders stack over your sit bones. With each inhale, you're finding that length through the sides of your waist. With each exhale, you're breathing into your sit bones, grounding down. It's just trying to find a little quiet here before we start to move. You're going to notice that your attention wanders. You get distracted by sounds happening in the room that you're in or outside of the room that you're in. And you're going to notice that you get distracted by the thoughts happening in your mind. Whenever your attention goes to any of those places, just remind yourself to come back to your breath. And it doesn't have to look perfect. You might have to do it 1,000 times the next hour. Just doing the best that you can, listening to your breath. Let's just be here another moment or two. Good. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh the breath out. Ha, let it go. Good. And then just return to that normal rhythm of breathing. You can start to gently blink your eyes open here. So you missed it, Chris. Before you got on the call, everybody was talking about how either Christmas was their favorite holiday or Thanksgiving was their favorite holiday. Well, it just so happens that Halloween is Chris's favorite holiday. And he is actually the inventor of a type of breath called the ghost breath. Do you remember this? Do you remember how it goes, Chris? It's been a while since we worked together. Do you think that you could demo this breath for all of us if I put you on unmute? Actually, you're probably gonna have to unmute there. So we're gonna do a couple of rounds of this ghost breath. It's fun.
Yeah, Chris.
All right, so do you remember this, Chris? So what's gonna happen is we're all gonna channel our inner ghost. We're gonna take a nice deep inhale here. And then you start to make spooky ghost sounds. So deep inhale. Ooh. You remember, can you do it? Can you show us? Exactly. So we can all do this together. Deep inhale. Ooh. It is kind of nice because you can kind of feel the breath narrowing a little bit. So it's like this fine thread of breath. Let's do one more round. Ooh, yeah. And it feels good. It makes you happy. Thank you, Chris, for doing that. So now that we're all warmed up and we have smiles on our faces, we're going to start to move a little more. Okay. So let's get into the neck first thing today. Let's get all of that Thanksgiving tension out of the way. So sitting tall here, start to bring your chin towards your chest, and even think chest lifting a little bit towards your chin. So you're feeling this openness across your heart and chest. And you're just doing the best you can here. Hands could still be resting on your thighs. Maybe you're releasing fingertips down by your side. That's just going to intensify the stretch that you're getting in the back of the neck a little bit. And this can be really, really intense. So keep your breath moving. Send your exhale to the back of your neck. And then keeping your chin tucked, we're going to make a little quarter circle. We're going to start to bring our right ear towards our right shoulder and go nice and slow. You're going to get to spots on that left side where you're getting an intense stretch. You can reach through those left fingertips a little more. Maybe you need to back out. Getting curious about how things are feeling in your body. This is such a big piece of our yoga practice. Using your breath to really help you in those spots that are extra tight. If you want to take your right hand to the top of your head and then apply a little weight, so gently pressing down. And of course, if you go there and it doesn't feel good, you just skip it today. It's always making adjustments. And then just use your right palm to help bring your head upright. Nice. And then we're going to do that again to the second side. So start to tuck your chin towards your chest, but at the same time, feel that lift of sternum up towards your chin a little bit. So you're open and wide across your heart. Maybe the back of the neck is releasing a little bit more here. Good. These look nice. Breath is smooth and steady. That inhale through your nose, that exhale through your nose. And then nice and slow, start to bring your left ear towards your left shoulder, keeping your chin tucked as you do that. Get curious about how this side feels different in your body. You need to get to those places where it's feeling intense on that right side of your neck. So maybe you pause and take a breath or two there. Again, you might be Energetically, really releasing through those right fingers. That arm feels heavy. That's going to intensify things a little bit. As things intensify, keep the breath going. And then if you'd like to add your left hand, so just apply some gentle pressure to the top of your head. If you've lost that thread of your breath, come back to it. And then observe the sensation happening in the right side. And then we're going to take our left palm to our cheek to help up right here. And let's roll the shoulders back again. And then let's find a little kind of like a modified cobra pose. So we're going to stay in our chair. Kelly, you're welcome to do this down on your mat, classic cobra, or on forearms. The rest of us are going to grab the edges of our chair. All right, and then we're going to start to press the shoulder heads back. And you're going to imagine that there's this wheel in your heart and you're spinning it up towards the ceiling. Try to keep the elbow squeezing in as much as possible. So they kind of like to wing out. As we do that, we start to dump in the shoulders a little bit, and we're really going for this nice heart opening. Make sure that you're rooting down into your sit bones here. And maybe that's just more of a thought. But as you think in that direction, does it help you to find a little more lift in your upper body? Good. Let's take one more deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, just let it go. Just find a nice little seat. Let's do a couple more of those, and then we'll add on. All right, so grabbing, holding onto something. You could even just have hands pressing into thighs here. That would work too. Same idea, elbow squeeze in towards the sides of your waist, root down into your sit bones, and then just imagine that little wheel in your heart spinning up towards the ceiling. And it almost feels like we can start with our chin tucked towards our chest a little bit here. Couple more breaths. Nice, Tammy. Good. Exhale, release. So just come back to a comfortable seat. Take a few breaths there. Let it go. And we're going to come into that one more time. So this time you have the option as you're coming up. If it feels okay, maybe you start to release your neck back. So almost going for a camel pose sensation. So rooting into your sit bones. Pressing down or holding on, elbow squeeze in, start to spiral upper chest towards your chin. You can even feel your shoulder blades squeezing in towards each other a little bit here. Maybe you start to bring your gaze back. It's a really nice stretch on the front of the neck. Sometimes it can feel a little challenging and confronting, however. So if you feel like you can't breathe, you skip it. Oh, nice, Martha. These all look really, really good. Good. And then if you're gazing back, just start to release your chin down. Come out of the pose. Just find that nice seat. Good. Take a couple of breaths. And then let's just start to carry that into some just real simple, basic cat-cow. So find your nice seat and just peek down. Just make sure that your knees are still above your ankles approximately. So you have some nice space, and then hands resting on your thighs. Think the same idea here of elbow squeezing in. So that sensation that we just had in that modified cobra pose. As we inhale, we're going to find that feeling. So we're going to rock forward on our sit bones. So we're going to get that nice arch in our lower back, our lumbar. And then as we exhale, we're going to rock to the back of our sit bones. We're going to round a lot in the thoracic, the upper spine. And then putting that together with the breath. So moving at your pace, inhaling, arching, exhaling, rounding in. You might have your eyes closed here. So for a lot of us, when we close the eyes, it kind of allows us to tune out the outer world. So it helps us to drop into a quieter place, to focus more on the sensations happening in our body. Some of us, it feels better to have the eyes open, and that's fine too. Just make sure that you keep your gaze nice and steady in front of you so you're not looking around. It's almost this like soft, blurry vision. So you're not really attaching to anything with your eyeballs. Good, and then you're just enjoying how good this movement feels. So there's something so magicable, that's a real word, look it up, magical about connecting the movement with the breath. We start to find this moving meditation. For a lot of us, it helps us to quiet the brain down a little bit. Good, and then let's add on here if you would like. So you can continue moving like this, just classic cat-cow. If you would like to start to add arms, as you inhale, arch in your lumbar, extend your right arm forward, and then exhale, round in, release that arm down, inhale, left arm. It's like you're gonna reach out and shake somebody's hand, exhale, release. So continue like that, whatever variation you're doing. And in the arms, you can reach that arm just forward, you can reach it up, so whatever feels good in your body. Beautiful work. Chris and Karen, it looks nice. All right, so you're gonna finish up extending that left arm forward. And then you're just gonna come back to your mountain pose. So that nice seat, feeling steady and tall here. And then let's start to just rock around in the hips. So just finding a little movement, letting this feel really good. So you're channeling your inner belly dancer. And you can get your shoulders involved here. I always think this one's fun. It's not something that we do often in yoga, but usually feels really good in the hips, in the spine. Beautiful. Start to switch directions. If you've lost that thread of your breath, just check in with it again. That inhale through your nose, that exhale through your nose. Good, and then just eventually making your way back to center. Release your arms by your side. And let's start to flow a little bit side to side. So inhale, stretch your right arm up and over. So you're leaning off to the left. Exhale, release that arm down. And then inhale, left arm comes up and over. Exhale, release. Notice if you're gripping your shoulders up around your ears at all. Really try to soften them down. Try to find widening in space across the backs of your shoulder blades. And then again, just enjoying this feeling of vinyasa, connecting movement with breath, finding this rhythm in your body. Good, Chris. Let's do a couple more to each side. And maybe just try to be really fluid with your movement. These all look really beautiful. But really allow yourself to take up space. Maybe just pretending that you're a ballerina in the Nutcracker. All right, so the next time that right arm is up and over, let's hold there. So you can just be releasing left fingertips down, can hold on to chair here. Could even just have that hand resting on your thigh. And then we're going to try to twist these left ribs up towards the ceiling. Can make sure that right shoulder isn't gripping up around your ear. And it feels like you're spinning this top palm, the eye of the elbow, in towards your cheek a little bit. Maybe you begin to gaze up underneath that top arm. Couple more good breaths. Beautiful. Great work, everyone. And then as you exhale, release that right arm down. And then inhale, left arm comes up and over. Nice, Jim. Anchoring into your sit bones. Little internal rotation in that top arm. Find that widening across the backs of your shoulders. Maybe you start to bring your gaze up underneath that top arm if it feels okay in your neck to do so. See how long you can get here. And then as you exhale, release down. Let's do some shoulder shrugs. So as you inhale, squeeze the shoulders up around your ears. Hold your breath, just pause it there a moment. And sigh it out through your mouth. Let the shoulders release down. Squeeze up. So actually create a lot of tension. It's the opposite of what we usually try to do in yoga. But then when we release, it feels so nice. A few more. And feel free to make as much sound, audible sound as you want when you're exhaling. Good. Beautiful work. Let's move into some sun salutes here. So if you do have blocks at your home practice, it'd be really nice to have these set up in front of you, just so you can place your hands down on them. And if you don't have them, that's fine too. We can modify. So just breaking this down nice and slow this first round. Peek down at your feet. Just make sure that you have a nice seat. Knees lining over ankles. Find your sit bones as you root down there. Energetically lift a little higher through the sides of your waist. And then as we inhale, we stretch our arms up, 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 up. Reach your hands up, Chris. Up, up, up. Yeah, good. Look up. Everybody look up. Imagine that you are on a sandy, sandy beach. You've got it. You've got it. And you're staring up at the beautiful clouds and the blue, blue sky. And then from here, we're going to start to forward fold. So however you want to get into this, you might swan dive in. If you feel a little unsteady, just use your hands to help you roll down. And then we go the opposite direction here. So again, we're trying to find that length through the back of the neck. Imagine that there is a weight attached to the center of your forehead, pulling you closer towards the earth. Beautiful. And these forward folds are so nice for the spine. They help to lengthen it out. Good. So moving into our half forward fold. So this is where blocks can be really nice. So if you have those blocks, just find a height that feels good. You want to be able to press down and then extend your chest forward. So again, this almost looks like a little cobra pose. So keep the elbow squeezing in. If you don't have blocks, hands just resting on your thighs is really good too. And then imagine that wheel in your heart again. So spiraling up towards the ceiling, and gaze is soft and gentle in front of you. Breath is smooth and steady. Good. From here, we roll back into our full forward fold, our Uttanasana, letting the back of your neck lengthen. listening to your breath. And then we make our way back into our extended mountain pose. So however you want to get there, you can take arms out wide, you could reach them forward, you can press into your hands and then extend up. So reaching tall again. Stretch your fingers up. You got it, Chris. Look up. And then as we exhale, yeah, that's it. Hands come together at your heart. Beautiful work. So we're going to combine all of that. We're going to put it together, one breath per movement. So just release your arms by your side. Inhale, arms reach out and up. So just flowing here, yeah. As you exhale, you fold in. Uttanasana, let the back of your neck release down. Inhale, hands press to thighs or blocks, chest extends forward, gaze comes forward, Ardha Uttanasana. These look lovely. As you exhale, you fold in. Press down into your feet, stretch arms out and up. Gaze up, maybe press palms, feel that lift of sternum. And then as you exhale, hands come to heart center. Let's do a few more of those, just moving with the breath like that. So inhale, graceful, spacious. Find this sense of ease in your body as you flow with the breath. Exhaling, folding in. Inhale, press into your blocks. Chest extends forward, gaze comes forward. Nice work, everyone. As you exhale, you fold back in. And then inhaling, rolling up. Taking up space, maybe gazing up. Exhale, hands come together at your heart. So we all know these really well. I'm just going to invite you to flow with your breath at your pace. Let's take 2 full rounds here. So as you're ready, and of course you can add or subtract. Just find this idea of moving meditation here. Everybody, these look so nice. And there's no rush. You're just pausing in your mountain pose, palms together at your heart. When you're done with that second round, maybe close your eyes and then just check in. So halfway through the class, how are things feeling? What's shifted for you? Good. How has your breath changed? Do you feel a little heat inside of your body? So are you warming up? Is the heart beating a little faster? And I know you have to leave, Jim. Have a good appointment and we'll see you next week. All right, so let's move into a couple of versions of twisting here. So sitting nice and tall, blink your eyes open. We're gonna inhale, stretch our arms out wide. So it's like you're gonna give somebody a nice big bear hug. Root down into your sit bones. Take a deep inhale, find more length through the sides of your waist. And then as you exhale, we're gonna start to twist any amount to the right. We're gonna hold like this for a few breaths. It's a lot of effort to keep your arms extended like this. So if you have to place them down, by all means do so. Maybe just pretend that you have a couple of helpers in your yoga space Gently pulling your wrists apart. One more deep inhale. See if you can get taller through the sides of your waist. And then as we exhale, just grab a piece of chair, hold on to something with that right hand, and then bring your left hand to the outside of that right thigh. And even though we're in a twist here, I want you to think a little, there is that sense of back bend, that sense of cobra pose. So maybe you gently start to squeeze your elbows into the sides of your waist. As that left hand presses against the leg, that might help you to find a little more lift, that wheel spinning up towards the ceiling. And then let's move towards looking out over that right shoulder. So that may or may not happen. You just go to that place where you can. So as we start to bring the neck into the twist, we start to feel that stretch on the left side. Notice if as you do this, you kind of puff out the ribs a lot. So keep that spine nice and long. With each inhale, you find more space, more lengthening. With each exhale, you empty out, you twist in a little deeper. Good. So stay like this, but we're going to start to bring our gaze out over that left shoulder. It's kind of just this nice, intense stretch through the right side of the neck. And again, just as with the looking out over the right shoulder, maybe you can't go all the way there. That's okay. But go to that place where you're feeling a good stretch. These look great. Keep those shoulder blades squeezing in towards each other, releasing down your back. Good. And then just bring your neck back to neutral. Release. So gently come out of the twist. Let's just roll shoulders back. So twists, in addition to being very healthy for the spine, can actually stretch the shoulders a good amount too, especially for a little tighter. All right. So we're going to do that to the second side. So just the same little sequence. As you inhale, stretch your arms out. Activate the arms here. So it seems counterintuitive, but the more we start to firm the muscle to the bone, the easier it is to hold the arms up like this. And then keep rooted in those sit bones. As you exhale, empty out, start to twist to the left. And you don't have to go very far at all. You'll know when you've reached the max in your body. Nice work, everyone. Good. Imagine that somebody is gently pulling your wrists apart, just giving you a little more tractioning, a little more lengthening. Deep inhale. And then you're going to exhale, grab a piece of chair, something behind you. With that left hand, right hand comes to the outside of that left thigh. So kind of they're pressing against each other. That helps you to press those shoulder heads back. Find a little of the cobra pose sensation here in this twist. Breath, smooth and steady. These all look really nice, everyone. Maybe you start to bring your gaze out over that left shoulder. Chris, look at Karen. Look at Karen. Twist towards Karen. Yes, yes, good, good, good. And then we're going to just stay in this twist. We're going to start to bring our gaze out over that right shoulder in that direction. It might not get there all the way. Notice the sensations that start to happen in your body. Couple more good breaths. Inhaling for length. Exhaling, emptying out, twisting in. Nice, Scott. Nice, Tammy. All right, so just bring your neck back to neutral. And then release here. Roll shoulders back. Roll shoulders forward. Okay, so we want to do another twist. So a couple of variations for this. I'm going to just demo where we're going first. We're going to do a wide legged twist potentially, and that may not be happening in your body. So I'll show you a variation for that. But if you do have a block, this is another good place to have the block. And you don't have to do this just yet. And you're going to take your legs wide. If you don't have a block, you could use a chair or a desk in front of you. So you can definitely modify here. So kind of just like making a triangle with the block and your feet. And then we're going to hinge forward. We're going to take our right hand down on the block. And then we're going to start to twist to the left. Maybe eventually lifting this top arm up. And Kelly, I think that you could do this seated. I think that that would work if that feels okay with you. Maybe some sandbags on the legs. All right. If taking legs out wide doesn't feel good, you could simply take that block to the outside of your right foot. So kind of just sitting nice and straight. Same thing. So let's start with our left fingertips on that left hip, pressing shoulder head back. If you've already gone to the extended arm version, you're absolutely fine. Just stay there. Really root down into that right hand. Maybe you're looking up over that left shoulder. And really feel those right ribs release. Maybe kind of visualize where that lowest rib is. Can you spin it up towards the ceiling? It might just be a thought. Maybe taking that top arm up if you haven't already, and it feels okay to do so. And you're probably noticing that you're getting a little light on that left side. Can you anchor down there a little more? Maybe even feel your outer hips squeeze in towards each other if that's available in your body. Are you breathing? See how much you can fill up on the inhale, even in this deep, deep twist. Use that exhale to empty out. Good, one more. And then let's exhale, release to wherever you're at. Just take a nice little forward fold here. Back of the neck lengthening, slowing the breath down, stretching it out. Good, a few more breaths. Kind of almost like a little modified child's pose. Good, and then just start to roll on up to seated. And we take our second side. So we're going to root our right palm down into the block. Legs might be wide here. If your legs are together, you're just going to take the block to the outside of the left foot. All right. So start to hinge forward here. Root down into your palm. And then just bring your right fingertips to your right hip. Start to open up here. So you're wrapping left ribs up towards the ceiling. You're leaning this right shoulder head back. Just finding a gazing spot that feels good. If this is enough in your body, you stay here like this. Otherwise, you start to extend your right arm up. One is not better than the other. So we're all built a little different. Every day when we come to our yoga mat, our body feels a little different. So we're always making these little modifications so that we feel good in our yoga practice. A few more good breaths here. On your inhale, really try to find that expansion in your rib cage. Fill up with air, and then as you exhale and empty out, maybe you can just twist it. It might just be an idea more, but move in that direction. And then as we exhale, we unwind here, fold in, let the back of the neck release. So just taking this nice little Uttanasana. And taking a few really good breaths here, maybe even sighing the breath out through your mouth. And then slowly start to roll up one vertebra at a time. So coming back to your mountain pose. Sitting nice and tall, taking a couple of breaths here. All right, so I would like to visit our Parsvakonasana, our extended side angle pose. So essentially we're gonna have warrior two in the lower body and then triangle pose in the upper body. Kelly, you might actually just want to come into standing triangle if that feels good for you today. So let me just show you the pose here. So again, we'll have options. So I'm gonna open up that right hip if it feels okay to do so. You can keep this left leg exactly where it's at. Maybe extend that leg to straight. Maybe you take it out wide and roll to the inner edge of your foot. So as we inhale, the arms come up and we're in our warrior two, and then we're gonna extend and come into our side angle pose here. So go ahead and find the setup with your legs that you like. You can even just be here and that will work. So just kind of play around. If you are opening up this right hip, do just check to see that your right knee is over your right ankle. All right, so inhale, reach up. So your torso is facing forward, but start to bring your gaze out over those right fingertips. Good, and then you're gonna hinge forward at that right hip crease. So you're trying to get length through this right side. You're reaching, bringing elbow to thigh. And let's just start with top arm, shoulder blades stacking on top of each other here, and then we'll come into the full variation of the pose. So just a couple of breaths like this. Really trying to wrap those right ribs up towards the ceiling. And then spin the eye of the elbow to face back behind you. So internal rotation, and then extend that top arm up and over. So you can see this beautiful long line of energy through that left side of your body. Maybe you're looking up underneath that top arm. Nice, Kelly. Nice, Tammy. These all look beautiful. You got it, Chris. Let's see it. Parsvakonasana, extended side angle pose. This one's hard to love, which is why we keep practicing it. It's intense for sure. All right, as you inhale, find your warrior two again. So just gaze out over those right fingertips. And let's do it. Let's just reverse it since we're here just for a couple of breaths. So you can reach your left hand down, that left leg. You can hold onto chair, just reach by your side. Top arm comes up and over. So this time we're wrapping the left ribs up. Maybe gazing up underneath that right arm. Inhale up here. And then as you exhale, you release down. Was that fun, Chris? Come back to your mountain pose, and we're gonna take this to the second side. So the second side might look different in your body. So figure out what setup is gonna be best for you here. So maybe you're opening up that left thigh, maybe you're just sitting here, and then right knee can be bent. You can extend the leg to straight. You might feel stable enough in your body to take it off to the side. So they're all really good options. They're all doing the same thing. And then just peek again to see that left knee is over left ankle. Here we go. And then let's actually square our chest to face forward. So kind of the right side of the waist wants to drag towards that knee. Go the opposite direction. Inhale, arms reach. Virabhadrasana 2. Good. Gaze out over those left fingertips. So gaze soft, gentle, steady. You're an advancing warrior. And then we really start to hinge at this left hip crease, but we hold onto the length through the left side. Bring elbow to thigh, and let's just start with shoulder blades stacking on top of each other here. You can start to gaze up any amount. Keep spinning left ribs up, but feel the shoulder blades squeezing in towards each other on your back. And then find that internal rotation. So eye of the elbow spins back behind you. It spins in towards your cheek. Extend that top arm up and over. So feel the energy of that long line through the right side of your body. It's such this beautiful, beautiful stretch. Even though this is an intense pose, make sure you're not holding your breath. These look gorgeous. As we inhale, we anchor into our sit bones to rise up into our Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. And then we reverse the warrior. So just let that right hand fall somewhere. Top arm comes up and over, and then begin to wrap these right ribs up. Maybe gazing up underneath that top arm. Notice if shoulder blades, or shoulders rather, are creeping up around your ears. Soften. Inhale up, Virabhadrasana 2. Gaze out over those left fingertips. And then as we exhale, we release down. Make your way back to seated here. And let's do a little pranayama before we move into our final resting pose, Shavasana. So just find a comfortable seat. And then close your eyes here. Start to really connect and focus on your breath again. So you can do Ujjayi here if you like, if that helps you to focus the mind. So that soft rush of air that's happening in the back of your throat is you're kind of constricting the sides of your throat. You can let that go as well, but you are inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Trying to keep the length of the inhale and the length of the exhale really nice and even. And let's do our box breath today. So let's all start out doing this to the count of 4. As you start to move into this on your own, you can shorten that or lengthen that. But essentially what's going to happen is we're going to inhale to the count of 4. We're going to pause at the top of that breath to the count of 4. Then we're going to exhale through our nose to the count of 4. And we're going to pause on the exhale to the count of 4. And we're just going to keep doing that. So nice deep inhale here together. Full complete exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. So I want you to continue at your pace, at your rhythm. You can extend it out a little bit if that feels good. You can shorten it if you need to. Notice if there's tension introduced into your body that doesn't need to be when you come into those holds. So sometimes we clamp, we constrict the muscles. So try to keep light and open, sit tall on those retentions. Some days this breath work feels really easy. Some days it's a little more challenging. So if you're having that day, don't force anything. Maybe you just return to a normal inhale and exhale. The symmetry of this breath is really nice and calming. So this is a good one to do if you're feeling kind of anxious, a little agitated. This is a breath that you can put into your toolbox. It's kind of like self-soothing. So go ahead and move towards finishing up on the round that you're on. So you'll be holding the retention on the exhale. And after that, you're just going to return to normal breathing. And then from there, we're going to make our way into a final resting pose. So Shavasana, whatever feels good to you. You could, if you have another chair or a desk in front of you, maybe you would take a supported child's pose. If it's available to you to get on the floor and do classic Shavasana, you're absolutely welcome to do that. You could simply be sitting in quiet meditation. So however you want to end, whatever is calling to you, just find a place where you can be really quiet and still and relaxed. Kind of soak up all of the work that we've done here in our yoga practice today. And really do give yourself permission to be still and quiet. You don't have to worry about anything just yet. You don't have to attend to that to-do list. Be with your breath. Be inside your body. So just keeping your eyes closed here. Let's do the call and response chant for peace today. So you're welcome to join in if you want to. At the end, there's Om Shanti 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 Om. So you can just join in at that point as well. And we'll do a couple rounds of the call and response just so you can kind of find your feet with this. And if you just want to sit and listen, that's absolutely fine too. So take a nice deep inhale through your nose, and I'll sing first and then you'll just repeat. Loka Samasta Sukhinu Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhinu Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Good. Take a deeper inhale. Open your mouth, sigh the breath out, let it go. Ha. Start to wiggle fingers, toes, stretch out. So just bringing any movement back to your body that feels good. Starting to bring your awareness back to your body. And then placing your palms in a pile on top of your heart. Send yourself love and gratitude. Send your body love and gratitude. It's such a gift to be able to practice yoga together, to move like this. Finally, just promise yourself that you're going to carry this feeling with you into the rest of the day, the rest of the week, almost a new month ahead. Okay, beautiful work, yogis. Thank you. Namaste.